Hello everyone, this is Helen H and welcome to my channel, Moss Cottage. Today I'm going to continue on with making some junky tags or journaling cards. I'm actually making journaling cards, but you can make them into a tag. I will link at the end of this video the video I made where I made them out of a brown paper bag, which I absolutely loved. I don't have them here with me, but you can check out that video. So, background paper, painty paper, all kinds of jelly prints, whatever you have, things like this, we're going to make into tags. And I have some samples done right here, and I will show you. Now, I did, like the other ones, I did go ahead and put some paper on the front so that they have a writing spot, especially with painty papers, because unlike the brown paper bag where you can actually write on the brown paper bag, obviously it's going to be really hard to write on really bumpy painty papers. Now this one, these two right here, you see I used lined paper here. These two are on drop paper. These were on drop papers from my desk, okay? So I put lined paper on those. These other ones, I believe, I will check, are all jelly prints, made with jelly prints. Now, you don't have to have a jelly plate to make painty papers. If you look in my playlist and type in painty paper, I've got all kinds of videos where I show you just how to make painty paper, you know, layered painty paper without a gel plate. But these just happen to be made on a gel plate because I have so many gel prints just sitting around and I wanted to do with something with it. And guys, these feel so good. Oh my gosh, I love the way they come out. And if you didn't see the other video, you also don't need a sewing machine. I sewed mine because A, I'm lazy and it's really quick, and B, I really like the touch of having the stitching. But you can get around that. We can draw some faux stitching on, so that's fine. And these ones also are not decorated. So we're the ones we're going to make today, we'll probably decorate a little bit more. So let me just show you, because the fronts are just different kind of paper. I'll tell you, this is just some kind of white paper. This is ledger paper here. This is some kind of graph paper. Here's a graph paper. Here's like lined paper, but this is like vintage lined paper with the pink stripes. And then this is stationery. These two here are light blue stationery. And then this is stationery also, this yellow one. And there's the grid. And then there's that lined paper again. That's the end part, but it doesn't matter. You can write over it anyway. So let me just show you the backs of these. You saw these two. These are just from my desk, just painty paper. Like the one I took off, and I'm going to start a new one. Yay. That one needs to be used then. So I've got this lace one here. These are jelly prints, like I said, lace one. Then I've got that one with the black and or the gray and white, and it's the kind of boho. Those are Indian woodblock that I used on my, like the fabric. What are they? Stamps, I guess. They're wood and they're stamps that used for fabric. That's what that is. And then this is just a wipe off brayer paper. This isn't actually from my gel print. That's a brayer paper that I have next to my gel print. Then that's a gel print there. And this is a gel print here. Again, this one's using those Indian blocks, those wood block things. And then there's this one here. And then this one here. This was a doily, using a doily. Using the Indian wood blocks again. The Indian wood blocks. And then this is really cool, this one right here. Using a tape, the plastic part of a tape roll, you know, the inside of a tape roll. I love how that one came out. So anyway, so we got these guys, and I'm going to make some, and then we're going to decorate these guys. Let's go ahead and get the basics done. So what I have is some jelly prints here. Let's go ahead and use this one right here. So what I did for these, and you know, you can determine the size based on, you know, what you're going to use them for or whatever. I'm going to, just use these in a smaller journal, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and cut my gel print out. Now, if you, actually, I shouldn't have used scissors. I really wanted to make it junky, and I could have used a tear ruler, but we'll use that one next. Okay, so here's my tag here. Now, if I just go ahead and fold it like this, fold it in half, okay, this is a nice size tag here. Excuse my reach. It's, it's about 3.5 by 5. So I think that's the size of an index card, if I'm not mistaken, 3.5 by 5. That just happened to be the size of my gel print, okay? Now, because I print on all kinds of paper, but it's usually like office type papers, I reuse a lot of copy paper, and it's thin. Even doubled, this doesn't make a good tag. See, these ones really have some oomph to them. So unlike the paper bag, because I could just fold that over and make it stiff, this is so weak here. What I did was I just used a piece of junk mail. This is just a piece of card from junk mail, and I cut them down to size and then just slipped it in like that. Okay, I just slipped it in like that. So let's go ahead and do this one. Let me get I don't have a painting paper down, so let's just go ahead and glue it. Oh, and I found 3 more glue sticks. I'm so excited, but I really do have to get myself some more glue sticks. So I have to tell you a funny story while I'm doing this. I was asked to do a little art class at a tea room that's local to me. And so I decided I would do glue booking because that's super easy and it's something everyone can do. And, people are intimidated, if they don't feel they're arty. But, you can anyone can glue book, because it's just really for pleasure, right? Okay, so I glued that card down. Now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this whole side down here. Now, if you're going to sew it, you don't need to glue it. Just go ahead and take it to your machine and sew it. So anyway, so I went to Walmart's the other day and I bought a little package of glue stick and a few, I got 8 composition books, like 12 glue sticks, and then some plastic pouches to put that stuff in, because I'm also going to give them some papers from my stash to play with, and then they're going to bring magazines. Well, when I told the lady that I had bought the stuff for 12 people, for 8 people, because that's what I thought would be it. She said, there's going to probably be 20 people. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I got to go back to Walmart and get some more glue sticks. Well, the glue sticks I bought was a pack of 12 of these kind of glue sticks. And I was like, oh good, there's 12, so I'll have 4 extras. Well, as it turns out, I'm 8 short, not 4 ahead. So okay, so there we go. Now, this side here is a little flimsy because my card didn't go all the way to the end, which I didn't want it to, okay, because I need to have some space if I'm gluing it. On these ones, this is actually sewn through the card, and so the card goes all the way to the ends. So we're just going to go ahead and tear this. Now, let me see here. Okay. You can use a regular ruler and tear, but if you want a more organic look, a more torn look, I made my own tear rulers. Now, this is not my idea. This was from Amy from Al John, the channel Al John, who does Build Your Stash and Craft. And this is just a cheap Dollar Tree ruler. And I think they come in a 2-pack. This was, I think, the other one that came with it. And literally, all you do is you take the end of your cheap Dollar Tree ruler with a pair of pliers and you just break off bits all the way down. You just keep breaking off little bits all the way down. And so that's what I did and made myself, I don't know, can you see the edges here? I don't know, maybe a bit on that. Can you see how rough the edges are here? So that you can make yourself a little tear ruler. So I'm going to use this little tear ruler and just go ahead and tear a little bit of this edge off here. And it will have a nice organic look instead of, now if you like straight edges, you know, then do your straight edges, but I don't, and it's a little bit hard to tear, right? But I love the way it's coming out. It's a little bit hard to tear because it's wet from the glue. Even though it's a glue stick and not wet glue, it still makes your paper wet. Okay. All right. All right, so now we have a nice rough edge here. And of course you could have done that on the top, bottom, whatever. Like I said, I shouldn't have cut it out. The next one I won't. So there's the base of one. Now it's the card. Can you hear the difference? It's nice and super strong. And look at the fun print, right? Okay, let's do one more. So I've got some more jelly prints here. Let's go ahead and use, which one? Okay, we're gonna tear it, Helen. We just talked about that, didn't we? Okay, let's use this one right here with the tape. This one is a doily, this one is the tape, plastic tape. I think, do I have, here, these things. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and use that one. So I'm just gonna go ahead, now I'm using my tear ruler. To the side. Can you see a nice organic edge there? And like I said, you can make these tags whatever size you want. I'm just basically tearing off the white parts and so on and so forth. Anything that's painted I like to save because I don't know why painting paper to me is so precious. I'd rather 86 scrap paper than scrapbooking paper than my painting paper. My painting paper is so precious to me. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got another piece here. And my gel plate is a 5x7. So, you know, let's see, 3, 5, yeah, so that's why it's 5 by 3.5. It's because it's folded in half. Okay, so there's another one. So fun. Okay, so I'm just going to use, now this again, look how ugly this is. This is again cardstock. This is just a piece of also roll-off paper that I put on my desk. I like to use this heavy-duty cardstock when I'm rolling off my brayer because I don't have to change it. It's just so heavy, it can take everything. So, and this piece on the inside, of course, you don't have to worry about it being straight edged. I just want to make sure that there's a little bit of a lip all the way around so that I can glue my papers completely shut. Okay. Like that. Okay, so can you see? If I turn, oh, that doesn't help, I don't think. I'll leave it this way. I do have a little lip that will seal, you know, when I get it to that point. So let me go ahead and glue this. And if you're using, this is acrylic paint on this one, on this card. So I'm gonna use quite a lot of glue because you gotta get through all those bumps and everything to get anything to stick. So I'm just gonna butt that up. Actually, let me pull it over to the center. Leave a little gap. No, I gotta move it over because I tore it too. Okay. I do what I say, not as I do. All right, there we go, like that. Okay. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and glue this side. I have so many painting papers, so you're probably going to see a lot of projects lately or soon using painting paper, somehow using up painting papers, because I love to make them so much, and I tend to make them and then I love them and then I hoard them and then I've got too many of them. So I need to start using them up because they're really cool and I love these ones. Okay, so now you can hear how nice and firm that is, right? Okay. Now this one does, for some reason, I guess because I didn't cut it or tear it straight, it does have some white edges here, along here, and here. If that bothers you, you can go ahead and ink them up, okay? I'm not going to. And I pulled the card out to the side enough that this one I don't need to trim again. I don't need to trim the side again. So we'll just go with that. I do have this one more, but I'm not going to do it because it's just the same thing over and over again. Just if you're going to use paper, use some kind of cardstock. And like I said, you can use ugly paper on the inside as long as it's card weight to give that heft to your tags, because, you know, going in and out of a pocket, you don't want just thin paper that's going to tear, right? So what we need to do on these now is we need to get some paper, and being a Helen video, I'm not sure if I even have some. I see a little piece, okay. We might have to just go with some little pieces, and that's okay, because nobody says, on all of these, I pretty much covered the back with the white paper, but there's no reason why I have to, right? I have these two tiny little pieces of paper. If you're just going to do a little bit of journaling, that would be fine. Let's see, did I just see some? Okay, here's a bigger piece. Here's a bigger piece. Okay. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to do something really different. Okay. So this piece can go on here like this. Okay. Now, on these ones, again, I did ink them up before I put them down. I'm not going to on this one, on these two, and I'll tell you why. This one, I'm not, the pattern is fine the way it is, and there is white in the back there. I don't want to put like this, where the veining is actually more white. I guess I might, there's a little bit of yellow. I guess I could put a little brown or vintage photo. I don't have my vintage photo on my desk, so I just use this brown here. I guess on this one I could do a little bit of brown, but just very light, very light. You want to kind of keep your ink in line with what you're doing, you know, in line with the papers behind. I think that that would probably look better than if you went off the edge and used something totally different. Okay. This one I'm not going to ink though, because it's blue and white paper, and it's slightly, it's not stark white. This is stark white. This you can see is more of like a vintagey, just off white, and that goes perfectly with this. So I'm going to leave that the way it is. Yeah, I'm going to leave that the way it is. So what I'm going to do, let's put that one to the side. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this one down. Oh, guys, I could do this all day. I can't explain why I think these feel so good. Look, there's a holly hair or whisker. I can't tell. I think it's a hair. Like I said, Eve, I've said this before, she doesn't come up on my desk, but she spends a lot of time in here because this is where I am, and I brush her in here too every night, so her hair gets wild and goes all over the place. Let me just do this. Okay. Yeah, I'm so glad I'm using my beautiful Painty papers instead of just hiding them. There's a big box under my desk, and that's where I have them all, and I really need to use them and stop hoarding them. I just love them so much. It's like, oh no, I don't want to use that. But you know, here's the thing. I used to deal in antique linens a lot, and I was known all over the town where my booth is that I was the antique linen lady. I'm going to do something weird here. I'm going to do like, I want to like kind of collage it like differently. You know what? Let's go ahead and tear that off and make them not the same side. Anyway, I would go to people's houses. They'd, you know, invite me to their houses because they had lots of linens they wanted to sell and whatever. And, you know, they would have like grandma's linens from her wedding in the 1920s that she never used, like still in the package and stuff because it was too precious, you know. It's like, I'm not, the Queen of England's never coming to my house. Well, we don't have a queen anyway, but nobody's coming to my house more precious than my own family and my own self. So I buy all these things, or I make these things and I like them, and then I don't use them myself. That just doesn't make any sense. So, you know, none of us is guaranteed a day. You know, I could be hit by a truck. I could throw a cold blood clot and have a stroke tomorrow. Who knows, you know? So I am going to be using my things up. Now, I know that you're probably thinking, what? It's a little different, but I like it. Maybe I could put the date up there and then just do my journaling here. This is the kind of thing I do like in my gratitude journal every morning. I kind of make it a little bit different so every block, you know, every day is not the same. Okay, so I've got these. How fun are they? I'm not putting anything on the backs, like I said, because they are just fun the way they are. I don't want to cover these patterns up, right? You could, you know, you could put a little something on there. But what I have to play with today, of course, we always have the bits and bobs thingy, tote here. And I've got some scraps here. And I thought maybe if I could very quickly pull out some scraps to use, then that would be good. But not that one. Okay. What did I see for this? Something just caught my eye for that one. What was it? I don't know. Okay, let me see. What colors are we looking at here? Okay. I know you can't really see this. Okay, I love that. But, oh, wait, would it work on that one? Oh, it actually works on this one even better. This is going to be hard for you all to see. This is a tiny little edge I cut off of a picture from a embroidery magazine. So this is embroidery. This is hand embroidery. It's from not a magazine, a book about samplers, you know, embroidery samplers. And there was a beautiful image of a little young lady, and then there was all her information. And I used her on a journal cover for one of the journals I'm going to sell. But she was a little bit too big, so I did have to cut down the embroidery that was around her a little bit. And that's what this is. This was framing her, but I couldn't even throw this away. And this is kind of very geometric and modern print. And then this embroidery here. I love it. I don't know why. I really love that. Okay, let's look what else we've got here. I do have a couple more of those little strips. Of course, I have all four because I had to cut her down. Let's add another one. Let's add a smaller piece because I don't like to, you know, I personally, I used to be the kind of person, like when I started crafting again as an adult, I am very symmetrical, and so things had to line up, and if you had one on this side, you had to have one on that side. Well, that's maybe good in architecture, but it's not very good in art. Okay, I like that better. Look. Isn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so then I've got this one here with these wild bright colors here. Now, I do have a piece of Painty paper here off my desk, but I think that's a little bit too much, even for me. Even for me. So what else did I have? Okay, what we can do is go into our binder here. How about a flower? How about if we got a little flower out and put something on there? I've got my little Dollar Tree pencil cases that I use as a little container for all my fussy cuts. Well, not, okay, a portion of my fussy cuts, certainly not all my fussy cuts. This is cute. I wonder if that would go on there. I actually might put it on this side. This is a very cute little piece that was, no, I think I would put it on this side. I'm just trying to figure out where. Maybe there, because if I put the date there, then I could journal here. Bring it up to you. It's a very cute little piece from I think this is from a field guide magazine, and it's one of those images of some flowers. But I do need to just ink up the edges because that core paper is very white. I feel like I started a story with you all and I didn't finish it, but I can't remember what it was. So I might put that there. Now, if I was making a journal, one of my journals that I'm going to sell, I mean, like let's say I was making a whole bunch of tags for one specific journal. That's not the way I work, but, well, I mean, sometimes it is, but I would make sure if it was something that I was going to sell that it made more sense than what I make for myself. I make for myself what I like, but like I wouldn't use this if I was making an old-timey, you know, sewing journal or something. I would use this, you know, but not that. You know, I'm mixing things together that really don't go, and I wouldn't put these in, like I said, in a journal that I was going to sell. Now, these other ones, again, I don't want to cover the back, and I may not even cover the front on these because you can see how easy it is. But these two under papers, I think I am going to, let's make the rippy part the top, and that's the rippy part, so that's the top. I think I am actually going to put a focal point on, oh, this says rippy top and bottom, so let's make it that the bottom. I'm going to put a focal point on these backs. It is just paper and it does look good the way it is, but for some reason I just feel like I want to put something on the back. I'll tell you what, let's look at if I have like a lady I can use. Okay. She gets way lost in there. Okay, so this is super, super busy. So if I was going to put her down, which I do actually like her there. Look how cute she'd be on this side, though. Let's put her there. All right, I'm breaking my own rule. Didn't I say I wasn't going to do that, and I'm just doing that? Well, just because I have to. And this is another thing, my fussy cuts. Fussy cut magazines. I fussy cut. These are old pattern ladies. Cut them all out. Don't use them because they're too precious. But now, look how cute that is, right? On this tag. All right, so I put her on that side. I am not going to put anything on that side. Maybe if I use this in a sewing journal, I might find like an old ad, sewing ad, and put that on the back. And actually, I am working on a sewing journal, so maybe I will do that. But this one, this back, it's a little much even for me. I mean, it is. So let's see. What if we took... I have this one sewing lady. Oh, I have a couple sewing ladies who are black and white. No. Ooh, she's kind of cool there. Does she get the lost there, though? I don't know. Let's leave her out. I don't want to use a colored, one that has color because, like I said, that background is too fussy as it is. The other thing I might be able to use is a big flower. One of my big flowers here. What if we just got like something really big and bright? That is a little too dark, I think. We could do that, something like that big. I think that, is that a hibiscus? I don't know, I've never had them. I think that is though. This might even work better. Something, I think like that. Okay, the reason I'm going with this is because it's got a white background, so it really, I think it actually makes the paper look better if you have the white like that. It provides contrast. So let me put this little girl away. We're not going to use her on this. Okay. Now, it says here purple cone flower, which is fine, but I actually don't want that on there. So I left it on thinking maybe whatever the project was, I might use it, but I'm trimming off these little edges. There might be a little bit of black showing because I can't cut straight, but oh well. Holly, it's not time to eat, honey. Yeah, like that. I like that better. And I'm going to leave it stark white. I'm not even going to ink it because I like that white contrast with this very bright and colorful background. And again, these pictures are just, you can tell from one of those flower field guides. If you ever see one of those, you know, they provide a lot of fodder in a lot of different ways, so they're always worth picking up. They're usually only a couple bucks, if that. Okay. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's all I'm going to do because it's just repetition. You just do this over and over and over again, right? So these are the two we made here. And of course I can decorate the front too, like I did on the brown paper ones, which I will put on the back, the video. I'll attach it to the end. So this is a great way to use up some of the painty papers that you make and the drop papers that you have. There's tons of ways to use those drop papers. Another way to use them, I will show you real quick, is, where is it? Oops. Is to make a journal cover with it. Now this one I actually used a whole bunch of drop papers and collaged them, like make a master board, and then made some of these journals here using drop papers and painty papers. That one goes that way. That one goes that way. Yeah. So anyway, guys, you've got stuff to use. This is all stuff that you probably already have laying around. Old stationery, but you could use copy paper. You can use whatever paper you have to write on. And then just have fun decorating them, even from a little bag of scraps. This bag, these are great for like single projects. I just put these scraps in here because I'm going to use these scraps up. This is my challenge to myself, is to use up these scraps here. These things, they have a hole, so if you want to hang them somewhere, you can. These come from Staples, and you get a pack, I think, of 6, and they have different colors on the edges. These are, you know, work order things. Like my garage uses these, so they'll put your paperwork for your car in there and your keys, and then they can keep everything together. These are great because they're clear. You can see everything that's in them. So just a tip, you can get these at Staples. You probably can get them on Amazon too, maybe even cheaper at Amazon. But if you have credits for your ink cartridges at Staples or something like that, then get those too. Anyway, guys, I hope you like this project. I wish there was feel-o-vision so you could feel how lovely. Oh my gosh, they just feel so good. And whether you glue them or whether you staple them, sew them, you know, either way is fine. You don't need a sewing machine. If you want to, like I did on the brown paper ones, I drew some faux stitching around it. You can do that too. So guys, get out your painting papers there and stop hoarding them. Like, let's start using them because they're so beautiful, right? So beautiful. Look at these beautiful tags now. So I hope you liked this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I ask that you do. And to all my new subscribers, hello. It's so nice to have you here. And like I said, watch the video if you haven't seen it after this one on the brown paper bag tags. Guys, until the next video, I hope you're all truly blessed. Bye-bye.